Welcome to the SGL show. I am Spiritually Guided Light, and this is Spiritual Guided Light. If you are new to SGL, welcome to the SGL show. So, when it all falls down, a moment of silence. When it all falls down, when you hear that, are your thoughts being pulled into ending, destruction, chaos? This is not that reading, listener. When it all falls down is a symbolism of the tower, right? Needing to, it's like sometimes wildfires need to happen to prevent more wildfires, if that makes sense. So this tower needs to happen in order to grow. You have to fill in the blank of what your tower is. Is your tower complaining? Is your tower sensitivity, being attached to every essence? And what I mean by that is what people say, how people act, what they do, just based off of your sight and your emotion. Are you sensitive? Does the tower need to happen where you, listener, need to really commit to being focused, and you're trying to find common ground to stay focused so that you can be able, for those of you who are entrepreneurs, so that you can be able to still have the enjoyment in what it is that you do. Now, for those of you who are not business owners or entrepreneurs, and you love what you do, but you're trying to find your common ground, your system, a schedule that doesn't burn you out, a schedule to where you can enjoy the desires of your heart. So this tower needs to happen. This is like let's call this from when it all falls down to this is an invitation to the bonfire. Okay. We have hay, and we are going to burn this straw or hay. And as it burns, we are releasing what it is that needs to fall down into ashes. And for some of you, if you are able to come into your truths and face what it is that the tower needs to come down. This is literally a foundation of something. This could be a religious belief system, right? From childhood, and it's conflicting your choices because you're looking for approval in people. We have the Ace of Cups and offer. The sacrifice has to be had to receive an offer. That sacrifice is acknowledging full truth. You have to fill in the blank of what that truth is. Are you a gossiper? Are you a taker? A taker who can honestly say that's what I do is mostly respected and they're successful because there's no going around the bush of the motive. Not only are takers of those who are at their truth, of their finest truth, they are moguls. They are not takers from people, but they are takers of capturing an idea that is free, right? And they produce, produce. Take out the moment to acknowledge your truth, whether this is you, this is your confirmation because you have been trying to find out a way and you've been having conversations at hand to someone else, or maybe you've witnessed such um, encounter of a conversation. Let's go ahead and I'm going to identify some truths that maybe or can be, if you are willing to accept truth, that um, needs to be acknowledged. Some of us are doing everything, we're keeping ourselves busy to prevent a tower that needs to burn to the ground. Sometimes our sight can be the tower, always having the wrong perception, right? Truth of trust, truth, sacrifice, truth. Hopefully you can hear me clearly listening. So when it all falls down, for some of you um, who are materialistic, you like material. You fill in the blank of what that material could be because you could be a person who simply just likes Burt's Bees chapstick. Okay, let's not think too deep here because there's so many levels of the finest things. Okay, the finest of the finest is those who can do without, right? And everything is golden. Your tower that needs to fall may be the fact of having to have possession at hand, tangible, to feel whole, or you need tangible, and that is your motivation and your drive And universe is saying, be still. You're missing what it is. And the cycle has to go back. Oh, the wheel has to turn again. The hourglass has to be turned over. And this time, count each grain. I honestly don't know how you can literally watch every grain and count them, because it as much as time per second, right? Your decision is the center of the hourglass, the balance of the temperance. Let's go ahead and look at some truth of sacrifice. Ooh, oh, ooh. I've been really looking at Muse for quite some time, which is inspiration, stimulus, stimulation. Oh, that is awesome. That is beautiful. Each of 9 goddesses, the daughters of Zeus, and I can, but okay. So Muse is cultivated from the Greek and Romans. If you have if you have questions, email spiritualguidinglight@gmail.com. That's spiritualguidinglight@gmail.com. All right. From the bottom, working your way up to the top. Balance. And foundation. Okay. Foundation. The the uncharted sea. For some of you, stillness needs to be taken place due to the fact of your direction, okay, pertaining to direction. I watched this diver, and he dived without air and oxygen mask, and he held. I feel like he did not have an air oxygen that I can read. Yeah, no, he didn't, and he held his breath. Okay, and he took a journey and dived deep in the darkness of the sea, and he ended up on the other end in this light, this cave of light that had nothing but beauty, to turn around to dive again to another side, to a higher depth of height, of elevation. So, what it is in the direction of what you're seeing in your horizons, understand that sea level is higher than that. It's just where you are. you're not there yet to be able to see, because you have to bring down the tower of fear so that you can really explore the true journey. What is it? The journey? It's the journey of something. The journey of, it's not the fisherman. The journey of what? The journey of, no, I can't think of it right now. If you can think of it, it's the journey something. But okay, so your balance, right, is ears wide open. Be mindful. Be mindful of others. Be mindful, right? Just because you're changing, this is only for 2% of you. For those of you who are taking the responsibility to change, does not give you the right to judge and condemn others. There's this thing that you can hear with your eyes and see with your ear, if that makes sense. It's pretty strange that if you just add the F to ear, it's fear. So be mindful what it is that you're tuning into, listener. That's causing you, and you hold it very well. Only those who have the gift of sight will be able to see your fear. But for the most part, you are a strong individual. Moving forward at the bottom, into me I see. This is feeling. This is feeling. This is not an emotion, right? So, okay, feelings are conscious, a conscious experience of an emotional reaction. So, I'm trying to make sense of this, listener. This is not, okay, it's not a sensory. This is like handing over a canvas. And this is not using sight or the mind of creating imagery in the mind, or allowing the brain to generate images in your mind, right? When you have a blank canvas and you get your oil paint and you just go with the flow, and then there's this ending image, right? Few are called, many are chosen, and when it all falls down, this is like, listener, this is literally, for those of you who can take this with a grain of salt or a grain of sugar. If you like it bittersweet, take both. This is the the gift of like this protection of, no one is perfect, but not too many can be tainted, if that makes sense. It's like this is beyond trying to look at everything in a good sense. This is beyond that. It's like, despite of your shadow and your light, or your yin and your yang, it's like your choices that you make so that you can be able to grow. And every time, as you grow, the tower, it falls, right? It falls, and you grow and you rebuild again. This is different from the death, the rebirth. This is like like how do I say it? A saint and a sinner, a rebel. Uh, I am trying so hard to, but it's undescribable. What is in you is undescribable, and it cannot be tainted. And that's what causes envious. That's what causes jealousy. That's what causes motives. It stimulates that vulnerability. But even with the backlash, and when you're vulnerable and what it pulls in, your tower falls and you grow. It's another learning experience of having encounter with people, places, or things, or people within places. It's like you have this gift of, let's look at fish. It's like this special, it's smaller than an atom, and it's I truly believe that everyone can obtain this, but there is this certain journey uncharted journey that you have. It's a test that you must pass to be able to obtain this particle. Wait, a particle is bigger than an atom. Speck. So this speck of being protected from not having to be blemished. And it's very fascinating. It's like an awe, being able to transform all negative into positive. Okay. For you in the back, who have been in battle of alchemy and musician and gift, right? Only thing that is in common of those three is to be able to command, call in, and receive. There's more, but that's the only three that I can um, come in thought of. Let's go ahead and move into your reading when it all falls down. So I was 2 days ago, I wanted to per se uh, Kanye's lyrics pulled me, and I need to read the lyrics. And yeah, it talks about materialism, and it talks about this tower, right? Boldness. It talks about um, confidence, right? It does talk about takers, but it does talk about giving without apologies or approval, giving of self, the tower of self, parts of self that needs, and after that tower has been burnt to the ground, a new foundation, right? You know, us as individuals can ask and want, right? And create and not really understanding what the sacrifice is to maintain the game. Let's go ahead and pull some feminine energy on this. Definitely not in love with change. You know, we can be mad at each at so when changes must be had to move forward or for change, right? Mirroring. Are you mirroring the lotus? Listen. Let's put some masculine on this. The lotus flower, a legendary plant whose fruit induces a dreamy forgetfulness and unwillingness to depart. Right. For the masculine energy, we have the Page of Swords. I definitely believe this is a season to silence the tongue so that all as a collective are willing to learn, right? You want to expand your gifts, right? And especially entrepreneurs, okay? Whatever your talent is, if it's, communication, public relations, you fill in the blank of what it is that you're determined, not what it is that you required, but what it is of your heart's desire. All right, let's go ahead and tap into our affirmations for business owners. Your affirmation, also inspiring entrepreneurs. If you're in here, say this affirmation: my business is growing and thriving. As a collective, our affirmation: I trust myself. Okay. For those of you who feel like a fool for taking the initiative to even consider self to move forward, it's all right. It's called taking a risk for self. Okay. Everyone feels like a fool sometimes. Sometimes it's not a fool. Sometimes it's shyness coming to the forefront, realizing that you are a shy individual. Right? When it comes to your heart's desires. But when it comes to what people require, it's easy, right? Easy. All right. Let's see what the Fool is. Who gestured the Fool? And we have the Ten of Cups, not believing that you, it's in reverse, not believing that you're capable, not believing that you, I'm trying to be able, I can't even say it. It's like you see someone, it doesn't have to be a family, it can just be someone just deserving. You're not feeling deserving, and everyone should feel deserving. Again, yes, some people have blemishes, okay, and you can see them as clear as day, but some of them you can't unless you know their background, okay, and that is the uncharted sea, right? That those blemishes being covered up, but whoever is willing to take the dive to see your blemishes, which are uncharted. But you can allow the tower to fall and acknowledge those blemishes so that you can be granted, right? The gifts, our talent of your goods outweighs the bad. Everyone is deserving of a heart's desire of good, because we have the Ten of Cups now and upright. Because you have the responsibility to say, okay, am I going to stay stuck and believing that I'm not deserving, believing that I am not capable? Keep listening to everyone else's testimony that are all common. All common. The initiative is what's in common. Not the background, but the initiative. Okay. Any more foolishness? Foolishness. We have the Star and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Mockery. You know, if you're an individual who's been dealing with such activity, allow that tower to fall down, because you have an offer waiting, and it is here, but you have to be willing, right, to spread your love, your knowledge, your talent. You have to be willing to teach. And when you're able to do that, you will be able to see your Seven of Pentacles. And that's just being a fool and taking the risk. The fool in people's eyes, entertaining those, but you're not getting beheaded here, you know. Allow the tower to fall, right? And you also will be in truth, right? And you will be in mirth. You will have high spirits. You wouldn't be more willing to trust, because trust is a ongoing second. Every second, it is a 60-second per minute responsibility. 365 days, 24 hours times 365 days. It is not just, oh no, this is an ongoing work. That's a job all by itself. Okay. Let's go ahead and put some rubble on this. When it all falls down, you, my friend, will be able to drink from the infinite cup. You just have to be honest with self and realize what is being offered here. Are you willing to sacrifice self? Literally literally facing your own blemishes instead of allowing people to tell you what your blemishes are. Okay? Go see some things, do something new, talk to people cooler than you. That kind of speaks for itself. Let's go ahead and look at your shadow side here and why you may have anxiety or people issues. Maybe, for some of us it can be really hard, especially if you reside somewhere where people just don't understand. Well, you have to speak up. It's time to tell your story. It's time to correct. Allow that tower to fall and build. But when you build this time, you don't have to build alone, listener. Okay, just take one day at a time. Coming out of the full energy. Everything's at hand. Here, let's go ahead and give you some direction. It's like you already know the direction, and it's I'm a child of God. Okay, whatever your belief system is, we kind of already know. And if you don't know, someone has told you. And it's like we need reinsurance sometimes, right? So that we can change. Let's just take a moment to acknowledge. All right, direction. Working from the bottom up to the top, we have the Ace of Cups. So what's being offered is marriage here. And this, remember, basically all of the first week of August has been making the commitment to self. Now, are you willing to make a commitment to people? Are you willing to make a commitment to serve? Well, it's like, okay, what do you mean? What are you talking about spiritually? Whether if you're going to your job or you're going to the store, okay, dealing with family, it doesn't matter. Are you willing to serve to be the best version, limited edition? That the new words after this tower has fallen, that the words that are being spoken of about you are everlasting, of good. And when your story is being told, it's depositing the spark into someone else, not only for hope, but to dream and then create. Okay, balancing your foundation. We have the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, having gratitude from the beginning. When your back's against, if you can look back, when your back was against the wall, whether there is no gender to it, when we're in our lone space and we release, right? Being in gratitude. Even now, someone may trying to upset you, and in the midst of that, you still have gratitude. Gratitude is something no one can take. And you would think, how come love can't be protected? Because people can take love from you. And you know how they're taking is because pain, whether there's pain or residue, or pain amongst, or pain within, and wherever that pain is, it can be in the mind, in the heart, or the exterior of the horny layer of the skin, the epidermis. Right? The stimulant. And then we have to consume compounds to numb and to convince our motor, our brain, that it is not there. And after the tower falls, moving forward to a new beginning. It can be a new level. It can be new opportunity, new lane, new doorway, new window. Would you fill in the blank of what that is? Okay. You're struggling on your journey. You may have just reached an important milestone, but naysayers are trying to knock you back or cause you to prove yourself. Hold your ground no matter what, because you know you've got this, and don't dare to let anyone tell you otherwise. Listener, let's go ahead and and lay some love, give some love. Right? We have passion, right? Protecting the honeymoon. Oh, this is beautiful. Acknowledging self. This is not love bombing. This is not teasing self and saying, I'm going to be nice and gentle. This is saying, I choose you, right? And that passion protects it, right? Your talents protects your experience. And there is no ending point to how long you want your honeymoon. You know, I personally here, just a little FYI, I believe in the 3-step program, and that is promise, engagement, um, uh, wedding, whatever. But all 3 of those stages require a commitment. It's a truth, trust, an exchange. Let's go ahead and put some universal love of extension on you. Okay. And then we will definitely look at what you can offer, right? You can offer right now in pertaining to um, like if you never loved before, if you never loved yourself, you can offer love and vow that to self, which is a beautiful thing. And you don't have to be overwhelmed to love self. It can be simply as drinking some water or walking down the street, writing yourself a love letter, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying that you love yourself. Okay? Universal love of extension. Grounding. One moment here. And we have the cosmos. The night sky holds many wonders, some that we can see with our eyes, and some that we can only know with Take the time today to connect with the cosmos. Go stargazing, read about the lunar cycles, or study astrology. Okay. And I'm going to pull one more for some of you who live in the city, right? Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pull through. There's something significant about threes here. And we have the adventure. Beautiful. Today is the day to try something new, explore just for fun, and be a bit more daring. Do not let apprehensive keep you from the new adventure. That feeling will fade, but the wonder that is to be found will surely not. Prism, 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 prism. Ah, I spelled it wrong. Universal love. For those of you who are just now tuning in to the SGO show, welcome. The virtue. There are many things in life that we feel we should not have to do, but we must be careful of what we place in this category. For maturity often lies on the other side. So today, try to do one thing that maybe you should not have to do. And that is definitely allowing the tower to fall down. Okay. Did we shed some light? Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful souls you are. All right, shed some light on the listener. Shed some light on the tower. Shed some light on the tower. We have creating heaven on earth. It is happening. That is so beautiful. Now, I am going to conclude that it's a lot. It's not overwhelming, it's a celebration, right? But this time, listener, every time, first entrepreneurs, actually everyone, collective, everybody, listen, moving forward, your celebrations must be done in secret, okay? So taking trips and taking vacations, work your butt off and celebrate in secret, okay? And it can be it's just as simple of meeting your forecast. If your forecast was 11,000 views, right, and you match that the next week, celebrate in secret. Okay, don't enjoy the moment. Don't sit there. Yes, you want to find out. Okay, how do you get excel the numbers, but continues to use that formulation that you were using. Intuit terms. Like, okay, so we need to do this because sometimes you can pull in too much, right? And that can bring the tower down, causing you to stop, which is also a good thing, but some people can't pick themselves up, especially if there's no one around to support you. So So that's why it's very important for you to trust thyself and move forward and start creating those relationships. I'm gonna put some love. No, I'm not going there. I'll give you some divine guidance. I'm like, no, because we're not gonna. Nope. All right. This reading was a little bit extended than what I thought. So now that the tower has fallen down, this beautiful offer, and you don't have to just drink it up. This fountain of infinite, it doesn't. The well doesn't run dry here. So you don't have to drink to get full. You can literally just get one of those little pipettes and just put one drop on your and listen here. Listen here, please listen. When God shows you where the infinite well is, that's for you and only for you to know. Okay? Moving forward, let's go ahead and give you some divine guidance here. We have the psych. Let's go ahead and make that. Speaking about that, hold on before I get out of here. Yes, this makes sense. Before I read the divine guidance, it makes sense. So make sure that you don't overly indulge when you drink from your infinite blessings, okay? Because it can either take you on a trip, a high. This is like it's higher than being drunk, because drunk gets you sick, you can overdose, all that stuff. But this is a trip. This is not. This is beyond a trip of mushrooms. I've never done mushrooms before, but just hearing people's reactions, this is beyond the trip of whatever that stuff that I don't know. Don't use your gifts and your blessings to be stimulated like a trip. Okay? Don't start mentoring or whatever talent that is. This is not ego. This is a trip. This is some kind of addiction thing. Don't become addictive where you forget your whole purpose. Okay? Because you will fall. Right? This is the examples of those when people think that, the media are targeting certain people. No, they have fallen and now they have been exposed. But you have to stay aligned with your commitment and your vows so that you don't become contaminated or tainted. Because many are called, few are chosen. But you must stay aligned here. Okay? And keep in mind that love is based off of respect. You don't have to like someone, or someone doesn't have to like you. But as long as the respect is maintained, that is true. Okay, so let's go ahead and read Psych, your divine guidance. And we're going to conclude. And I thank you so much for tuning in to the SGL show. Make sure you follow and subscribe. You can also check out the SGL YouTube channel. There is some content there. And just hold on, there's more to come. If you're looking for a personal, there is a link in the description box where you can copy and paste the link. All right, you are going to find the exact help that you need at the exact times that you need it. You have the ability to attract resources and even to create something out of apparently nothing. Don't put your focus or your faith in the material world and its seemingly endless obstacles and difficulties. Direct your attention and your trust towards our all powerful and unconditionally loving universe, which is your friend and teacher. When you do this, you empower the universe to help you and make, and it really wants to in the most amazing ways. Okay, so listener and everyone as a collective, thank you so much for tuning into SGL. I am so happy and I am grateful that you guys are supporting me and my gifts. Moving forward, don't forget love is kind, love is gentle, and that is you.